It was a dark and gloomy day in the countryside. The sky was overcast and a thick fog had settled over the fields, giving everything an eerie, otherworldly feel. As I walked along the winding path that led through the rolling hills and pastures, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. The tall grass rustled ominously in the breeze, and the gnarled trees seemed to twist and contort into grotesque shapes. I came upon a small, run-down cottage nestled among the trees. It looked abandoned, with broken windows and a sagging roof. But as I approached, I saw a faint light flickering inside. Curious, I approached the door and knocked. To my surprise, it swung open to reveal a woman with pale skin and long, dark hair. She was dressed in all black and had a somber expression on her face. "Who are you?" she asked in a hushed voice. "I'm just a traveler passing through," I replied. "Then you should leave," she said. "This place is not for the living." And with that, she shut the door, leaving me alone in the dark and ominous countryside. I stood outside the cottage for a moment, considering the woman's words. Part of me wanted to turn and flee, to get as far away from this strange and unsettling place as possible. But another part of me was drawn to the mystery of the cottage and the strange woman who lived there. Finally, I made up my mind and pushed the door open again. The woman was standing in the middle of the room, her arms crossed over her chest. "I'm sorry," I said. "I don't mean to intrude, but I can't just leave without knowing what's going on here." The woman sighed and uncrossed her arms. "Very well," she said. "But you must promise not to tell anyone what you see here. This is a place of secrets, and if you reveal what you learn, it could be dangerous for both of us." I nodded, my heart racing with excitement and fear. The woman led me through the dark and cluttered cottage, which was filled with strange, ancient-looking objects and books. As we walked, she told me the story of the cottage and its history as a place of magic and the occult. She showed me hidden chambers and secret passageways, and revealed to me the dark forces that lurked in the shadows. The cottage, it seemed, had been built over an ancient portal to other worlds, and the woman was a guardian, tasked with protecting the portal from those who would use its power for evil. She had lived alone in the cottage for many years, studying the arcane arts and guarding the portal from those who sought to exploit its power. I listened, enthralled, as the woman told me tales of ancient rituals and forbidden knowledge. I couldn't believe the secrets that were hidden in this seemingly ordinary cottage in the countryside. As I left the cottage and made my way back through the foggy countryside, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being followed. I kept turning around, expecting to see someone or something lurking in the shadows. But every time I looked, there was nothing there. Just as I was about to give up and convince myself that it was just my imagination, I heard a faint rustling behind me. I spun around and saw a figure emerging from the fog. It was the woman from the cottage, but she looked different now. Her eyes were glowing with an otherworldly light, and her skin was shimmering as if it were covered in a fine sheen of glitter. "You shouldn't have come back here," she said, her voice now filled with a strange, ethereal quality. "You've stirred up things that were better left alone." "What are you talking about?" I asked, my heart racing with fear. "You shouldn't have entered the portal," she said. "It's not safe for mortals to tamper with such powerful forces." "The portal? You mean the hidden chambers in the cottage?" She nodded. "Yes, the portal. You shouldn't have gone in there. You've put us both in danger." "What do you mean?" "There are forces at work here that are beyond your understanding," she said. "And now, they know you've been here. They'll be coming for you, and for me." We have to leave this place, and we have to do it now. And with that, she grabbed my hand and pulled me back into the fog, disappearing into the darkness. The end.